Do you hear the frustration in Jesus' voice in this gospel? After Philip says to him, "Well, Jesus, if you would show us the Father, that would be enough for us." And Jesus, can you imagine him just shaking his head, pinching his brow? "Philip, Philip, Philip, we've been over this. If you've seen me, you have seen the Father." Think of all of the times that Jesus was frustrated with the crowds of people following him or the religious authorities because they could watch one of the signs that revealed his true divine nature, and they walked away unconvinced or they remained skeptical. And now here's one of the apostles, Philip, who's been there, had a front row seat to this the whole time, and he's saying, "Well, Jesus, if only you would show us God, if only you would show us the Father, then we wouldn't need anything else." We do that so often in our spiritual lives. Jesus gives us everything that we really need every time we really need it. But there's this petulant part of ourselves that consistently refuses to be satisfied, that always wants to see something else, something bigger, something greater. Now, in part, this is an aspect of ourselves that is put there by God. It is what allows us to only find our ultimate satisfaction in God, because only God is infinite, and we have within us that infinite desire. But when it gets corrupted, when it gets tinged with cynicism, when it gets tinged with skepticism, when it gets tinged or occluded by spiritual blindness so that we're not really seeing what's actually going on, then it's a problem. Because then not only do we remain dissatisfied with what God gives us, we don't recognize the blessings we're actually receiving. We hear also today about Paul and Barnabas in Antioch, and they are saying things that are wildly popular. In fact, the whole city is so interested in what they have to say that they're coming out. And we don't know exactly what the tension is or what the conflict is, but it seems that the synagogue leaders in Antioch are jealous. They are uneasy about what's going on, and so they pull some strings and they get the two of them kicked out of the city. But we see this even today. We see this pattern repeating itself. This pattern illustrated by Philip with Jesus. The pattern again repeats in Paul and Barnabas with Antioch, and we do it ourselves. We fail to see what is right before our faces for what it actually is. May we have the grace of recognizing Jesus when we see him, of truly understanding what it is that God is bestowing upon us every moment, how privileged we really are, how blessed we really are, so that we stop thinking, well, my blessedness is something only yet to come.